3BV in Minesweeper. What is it? You may have seen when you beat a Minesweeper board, when you get your little stats window here, seeing all these different stats like 3BV, 3BV per second, efficiency, and wondered what they mean. Well, if you understand 3BV, then all of these ones should be pretty simple to understand. So the way 3BV works is all it is a measure of how many clicks it takes to beat a board without using any right clicks or chords. And you may be wondering, how do we figure that out? It's pretty simple. The most efficient way to beat a board is to simply clear all the openings with left clicks and then get all the other little squares. And, the way this is counted is each opening and each individual square that's not covered by an opening is sometimes called a 3BV, as a kind of shorthand for saying, it's a bit of the board that's cleared. So that's a terminology you may hear someone say sometimes. So we can go through a quick example with this board that I did. So how do we get to 54? Pretty simple. First of all, we divide up all the openings. So you have openings here, 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 and we count them all up. I've shaded in all the areas that are covered by openings, and then anything that's unshaded is a separate 3BV. Sometimes these are called islands. So like this is an island. This little group of numbers here is an island. So we count up all the openings to get 8, and then you count up all the other, number squares, and they add up to 54. If you add 4 here, etc., 3 here, 2 here. So why is it called 3BV? It is a acronym for Bechtel's board benchmark value. So you get to it from BBBV, shortened to BBBV, and then instead of saying BBBV, because it's kind of like weird to say, you just say 3BV. So, the 3 is not like something multiplied by 3 or something like that. It's just literally because there's 3 B's. So it's like 3BV. And then, once you know the 3BV, you can use that to calculate stuff like 3BV per second, which is the standard, kind of speed measurement that people look at for seeing how fast they are. A lot of the time, people will look at not only their time BBs, but their 3BV SPBs. And all that is your 3BV divided by the time, 3BV per second. And then there's also efficiency that people like to go for. And the way that's calculated is your 3BV divided by clicks. So, for example, if you weren't playing with any flags and you beat this board in 54 clicks, you would have 54 3BV divided by 54 clicks, and you'd have 100% efficiency. And if you play, really cleverly, you can also, if you use flags and chords, get over 100% efficiency by say bidding a board that is, 50 3BV, but using only 45 clicks. You'd get above 100%. And then you have a bunch of other stats, and most of the other weird stats that people use, like RQP, for example, I have here time times time plus 1 over 3BV. It's kind of a weird, alternate kind of 3BVS measure, and there's also iOS and STNB. All of these are basically kind of variants on 3BV per second that try to account for, having higher or lower 3BV boards. Because most of the time, if you have a really low 3BV board, you can get good times. If you have a really high 3BV board, it's easy to get good 3BV per second. Because say if you're playing Expert, a 200 3BV board, you're much more likely to get a high 3BVS compared to if it's a 130 board. Or you'll probably get a pretty low one, but like a better time. So a lot of these extra stats are kind of used to, kind of balance it out. But most people only really care about your time and sometimes 3BVS. And yeah, that's about it for how that works. Oh yeah. Thanks everyone. See you guys whenever I feel like making another video.